Fat, black, and ugly in Times Square is wild. Like, they really think we're a joke. Like, that big behind, 12-foot, overweight black woman in the middle of Times Square, that is what they chose to represent us. Like, that's what they think about us, y'all. Big, overweight, just, there's nothing attractive about the statue. There's nothing appeasing. It's like this monster of a black woman who's dominating. Like, y'all know what it gives? This aggressive, overpowering, masculine black woman. That's what the statue gives. It does not give anything feminine, soft, strong, powerful, fit. No, it's a big, black, fat, overweight woman in the middle of Times Square to take pictures of. Y'all, they really be playing with us. And until we recognize what is happening out here, they're gonna keep playing with us. They're gonna keep playing with us because we play with ourselves. Baby, this is wild. Wild.
That funny looking lady that be on here always talking crap about black women, she called the statue in Times Square fat, black, ugly, monstrous, and all these things. The statue looks like a woman that you would see down the street. That statue looked like a really nice, wholesome woman. Like a woman, if she see you in the neighborhood or whatever, your mama just put you out, she was like, "What's wrong, baby? Come on over to make some pork chops." She looked like a really loving woman. And mind you, this woman that she's calling all these names, she called her monstrous. She said she looks like a monster in the middle of Times Square. That's like, I could have swore they said that was a real person they made that sculpture out of. And even if it wasn't, that's a representation of a lot of black women in this country. Sorry. A lot of y'all mamas look like that. A lot of y'all nanas look like that. A lot of y'all look like that. A lot of us look like that. What are you talking about? Like, that's a human being. They act like they took a freaking alien from outer space and said that was us. It looks like a black woman.
Big, overweight, just, there's nothing attractive about the statue. There's nothing appeasing. It's like this monster of a black woman who's dominating. Like, y'all know what it gives? This aggressive, overpowering, masculine black woman.
Horrifying, right? Especially since that statue was made in the likeness of a woman that's still alive. And that's just the tip of the iceberg when it comes to the disgusting commentary about that beautiful statue. My first reaction to seeing that statue was, this is so fucking epic. To take the average black American woman and make her larger than life, cast her in bronze, it signified to me that your average black American woman is extraordinary by default. Felt thoughtful and inspired and heartfelt. And then I saw the commentary and I couldn't believe my eyes. You can't ignore that the loudest assholes about this statue are black. It's projecting insecurity and self-hate, frankly. I saw this one post where a woman was standing beside the statue and she said, "I thought the statue was incredible. I thought she looked like me, and that felt like magic." And that's the intention. It's not about respectability politics. It's not about what you want the average black woman to look like. This is what she looks like, and she's perfect. So TLDR, I'm disgusted. I'm disgusted by the response.
I ain't even got up yet, and I'm making this video because I just seen this girl page that pissed me the fuck off. Why is she so mad about a statue in New York? It's not of you. It's not portraying your mother, you, your kids, nobody. Why does it matter so bad? And why the fuck would you call that person a monster? I don't care if the person's dead or alive. Why would you call them a monster? Be glad it's a black person in Times Square anyways. They never picked you. You skinny fucking twig. Don't let me get there. And no, I'm not going for all the skinny girls. When I'm mad at somebody, I go for everything I see. It's like you being mad at me and calling me a tall, Amazonian, gap tooth bitch, or whatever the fuck you want to call me. I don't give a fuck. Well, all I'm saying is, that is crazy fuck. And then I went down a rabbit hole watching her page. She talking about to all the girls whose parents raised in with the low maintenance energy, feeling like beauty is subjective. My mom raised me that way. And it's normally the mothers who are naturally pretty. That's not to start no shit. I'm sorry. Naturally pretty, don't do much of their hair, naturally pretty. And because you don't feel like that's pretty, you feel that way. Because my mom was like that. And look at me now. Low maintenance. Still beautiful. No, that doesn't mean I'm not going to do a little 1-2 before I walk out the house. That's not what that means. Because you're describing your mother. That means she was low maintenance. She was probably ugly. Like, no offense. Ugly and low maintenance. Okay? Like me, I'm low maintenance. Low maintenance. The only thing's high maintenance is my hair, but I do it myself. My nails, but I do it myself. My feet, oh, that's not a lie. I just lied that quick. I don't do my nails, but I pay for myself. Anyways, yeah. You did too much with that one. You should have kept your mouth shut. And all this little traction you get into your page because of this, it's not no positive shit. I wish a motherfucker would stitch my shit. But I will say, I am trying to work on not cussing as much. Because, like, stuff like that, I do believe people are like, oh, that's not appealing, cussing, because it makes you sound stupid. I agree with that. But I don't give a fuck. Until I get to the point where that shit is not in my dictionary, you'll be hearing this shit. Turkey in a couple hours, y'all. I cannot sleep. Thought I'd make this video. Yeah. Y'all go to that girl page, Just a Girl. Eat that bitch up in the comments. Because she did too much. I just think she don't like black girls. That's what I think. You don't like black people. They got a voluptuous... I'm not saying it's okay to be overweight, but me, like y'all done seen, I'm 5'11" and a half, 215 pounds. Technically, I'm obese, okay? I know I'm a little jiggly. You feel me? But me, if I'm being honest, because I do want to lose a little bit of weight, but only because I don't want all the rolls on my side. But as far as, like, being skinny, bitch, I would never want to be skinny. I love being thick. The only problem I don't like is my arms because they're jiggly. But, you know, you can't, like, pick and choose. I'm equally proportioned. Like, thank God for that. But, yeah, back to this girl. Blow her shit up. She's wrong for that. You should have kept your fucking mouth shut. Then kind of find out how she deleted the video because I was gonna stitch her shit. I love the mess. But you deleted your shit. That's my stomach, y'all.
Hey, it's me, the statue, in the middle of Times Square. Although I do really appreciate y'all putting me in the middle of Times Square, y'all could have did me, you know, a better look. Like, you know what I'm saying? This is my go to the grocery store look. You know what I'm saying? This is my wake up and throw something on so I can go grab the mail look. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is my, oh shit, you gotta run to the store and grab some toothpaste because you forgot it look. This is not the look that I wanted y'all to do. More like this, like, you know, cutesy, belly shirts, because you know they only for bitches with bellies. Maybe a side part, you know what I'm saying? Maybe a side part. Or something more business casual, huh? Yeah? Maybe bun, updo. That would have been cute. I'm gonna need y'all to, like, do a little switcheroo.
Big, overweight, just there's nothing attractive about the statue. There's nothing appeasing. It's like this monster of a black woman who's dominating. Like, y'all know what it gives, this aggressive, overpowering, masculine.
She blocked me. She blocked me. She was live just recently, and at first I was watching, and then I was like, let me go in, because she's doubling down on what she said in her video. So, I just wanted to go in, peacefully and ask a couple of questions, because she said she can state her opinion, she can say how she feels, and we're mad at her stating her opinion. She's not going to take the video down, and da-da-da-da-da. So I was like, okay, well, if you have the opportunity and the open floor to say your opinion, then I can say mine. So I went in there and I attempted to try to say my opinion, but this is what they do when they double down and then they get called out for it. They always want to block you. Because I asked her, I said, just like how it was when E. Kane came out and said, she's a dark-skinned woman and she's not going to benefit from the same spaces and places that E. Kane gets to benefit from because she benefits from colorism. So I kind of posed that to her. I said, well, you being a dark-skinned woman, you kind of get the same types of stereotypes or the same type of judgment or the same type of derogatory slur thrown at you for being a dark-skinned woman. So it's good to say that that's okay for people to state their opinion about you being a dark-skinned woman. And I said, I told her the person that she's talking about is a real woman. Like, it's not just a statue. I said, so you're calling a black woman, you're doubling down and saying you're calling a black woman fat, black, ugly. You feel that that's okay. She said that, yeah, that's how she feels. And, she's trying to, basically excuse it by saying other women call other women ugly. And when other women call other women ugly, have videos of calling other women ugly, nobody says anything about it, blah, 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 blah. So I also doubled down and said to her, I said, well, the same can be said about you. Like, you can experience transphobia because with your features, and let's just be clear, you talk about feminine and that the statue don't look feminine, but you as well have strong, manly looking features. Someone can mistake you for a transgender because you look strong in the face. You do. You look more masculine than a statue with your features. So the same could be said about you. Not only are you dark skinned, but you look manly. And then she blocked me. Fat, black, ugly monster. That's what I'm hearing. That's what I'm hearing. Me, your auntie, your cousins, maybe a sister of yours, your grandma, we all shape the same. We all look the same. See, we can change the way that we're shaped and we're built, but you can never change that the best attitude that you have, acting like Pennywise, bitch. Like that's what it's given. You ain't in the gym being fit and fine and fabulous. You in the gym because you have insecurities and flaws that you don't want to face. You're a scary bitch. You don't want to admit that you like eating the things that you like to eat. You just don't want somebody to call you a big back bitch when you're eating them because you're not comfortable in your skin. You're not comfortable with who you are. I get it, babes. It's cool. It's okay if you want to go ahead and adhere to the standards, to the beauty standards of which you're not even a part of because you're not a white woman. Let's clock that. But I dare, and I speak as a woman who used to be skinny, okay? I got fat because I got 4 kids, honey, and I just let myself go. But I found myself. So I know that when it's time, I can always get back to who it is that I need to be. Fine, okay? But let me say this, though. Do you think that you have a one-up on us because you're built like a pogo stick with 2 helium balloons behind? It's the niggas that y'all like that get caught with bitches like us. And you're mad. You're mad. So this woman is speaking on the statue, the 12-foot statue of a black woman that was built in New York's Times Square. And she says that why would they put that fat, black, overweight, out of shape, ugly, monstrous black woman that they claim represents black women? That's not the representation of black women. Oh, so you want us all to be shaped like a popsicle stick with chicken legs, okay? And 2 rows of tissues behind our backs. You want us all to be shaped like that, huh? We can't look like how we naturally look, like how your mama been looking after 6 kids, how your mama look after 2 kids, how your grandmama been looking, how your aunties been looking. They can't put us up. We can't represent what we actually look like mothers, like the mother, huh? Girl, bye. And y'all got the nerve to say this and do this right after Sinners, where Annie was representing a nice southern black woman who's built like me with my titties hanging to the ground. Are you serious? Y'all was glorifying how I was good in representation of Sinners because it's not the same as it's been looking all these years with these fit, damn Eurocentric looking black women that be playing the main character, the main love interest in the movies. Now all of a sudden we're in the middle of time.
This fake outrage and I'm just a girl hate is so forced. Now, we've seen a couple of type of women speaking on I'm just a girl. The first one was one of those friends that you say, I think I need to lose some weight. You're like, no, girl, you're fine just the way you are. And you get bigger and bigger and you never be happy because you got a friend who gaslights you all the time. That was the first person. Everyone is beautiful. Everybody's under the stars. When people need to start admitting when they're not happy with themselves, right? So that's a friend that won't tell you the truth, okay? Those friends are dangerous. Then we had the other 2 women. The other 2 women was this liar right here and the woman before. The woman before threatening people to stitch videos She's sitting there telling in the damn video how she trying to lose weight too. No, girl, you're beautiful how you are, right? No. Well, I need to lose this and that. There's a such thing as women wanting to lose weight to look good. That's a thing. It's and this body positivity shit is destroying the world because it's not factual. There are some women who do like the way they look, but there are a lot of women who don't. And you guys come on here and say, girl, you look so good. That's not what they want to hear. That's not what they want to hear. Y'all destroying it. So when you have somebody like I'm just a girl come on here and say, listen, that statue did not represent us. It was not cute. It was this, it was that, it was the third. Now it's a problem. But the girls who had a problem with it are doing weight loss journeys and shit. Like, how does that even make sense? Why are you doing the weight loss journey? Don't you want to be a statue? Then the other lady, that wasn't even her, but she got fame off of claiming that she was a statue. The statue's not a real person. It's not a real person. This artist made multiple statues. By the way, look at the black women who are skinny, who are statues. They all have attitudes. One looking at her phone like she don't want to be there. Everybody got their hand on their hips or just looking just straight some type of way. Yeah, you got the black man with the hoodie on and some sweats, but you also see the black man in the suit. Where's our representation of us in a suit? Where that's at? Is that what that's supposed to be? Y'all not hearing? Y'all not hearing? This is not a good representation of black women. It's not. It's not. And I'll give you this, okay? Even with the girl being plus size, she should have had a dress or some flowers. She should have been more feminized. She's hard. Everybody know we not gonna pretend like we don't know sign language because I see a lot of people saying she just standing there. Everybody know what hands on their hips mean. People don't put their hands on their hips when they're happy. They either tired, upset, frustrated. It's like a comfort when you got them hands on your hips or you're thinking about something like, oh, I gotta deal with this. It's nothing positive with putting your hands on your hips. Okay? It's not. It's a stress reliever. Stop the lies. Okay? It's not a good representation. It's not. Then Lizzo gonna go over there and Lizzo gonna do the thing showing who she is, but you still lost weight though. Y'all be on here just lying your ass off. Listen, realistically, and I think, and I'm just a girl, can correct me if I'm wrong. I think where her frustrations come from as well, people are accepting this statue as the gold standard of black women, but that statue is honestly killing us, right? And this is coming from somebody who was over 200 pounds. I was over 200 pounds. I was uncomfortable built. Clothes didn't fit the way I wanted them to. I did not like it. So I decided to do something about it. I go to the gym. I did take the Wegovy. But I did what I needed to do to get the weight down the way I needed it to get down. I did something about it. I didn't just sit there, keep eating and getting bigger and bigger and bigger. Because guess what? Diabetes was around the corner. I had 5 kids. With my last 2 girls, mainly with Neffy, I had pre-eclampsia because I was too big. And it wasn't because of the pregnancy. I was fat already. After a certain weight, it just starts to get real. And we have to be realistic about that. Diabetes and high blood pressure and stuff comes from bad eating. Diabetes type 2 comes from bad eating habits. Okay, type 1, we know. Maybe you're born with it. Maybe it's Maybelline, okay? We know. We get it. But the people who get type 2, that's from poor choices in eating. And I know there's some stuff in the food. I know it's chemicals in this food. I know it's terrible in this food. But y'all got to stop pretending like y'all mad at people for saying the truth. Y'all got to stop getting mad at people for saying the truth. And the way y'all coming at, I'm just a girl, y'all saying she bullying a woman that's not even real. Then the lady gonna say, I don't care if she's alive, I don't care if she's dead. Ma'am, she never existed. You don't care, what? So you're gonna come from you're gonna come for an actual black woman instead of saying for a woman that's never even existed, a woman that what you feel represents somebody else. I've seen girls on TikTok cry. I even did a video of a girl coming on the internet asking how can she be pretty. And it was a bunch of videos like, girl, you're beautiful the way you are. Some people don't want to hear that shit. Stop. Y'all not helping nobody by gaslighting somebody or telling somebody some weird shit like that. Don't fucking compliment me if I'm really coming for you for real for a problem that I want you to help me fix. You telling me, oh, you fine just the way you are. No. I think black women need to find a balance. I think they need to feed people what people are requesting at the table. Meaning, if you do run into people who are not happy with themselves, well, girl, you want to go to the gym together? You want to go ahead and do a couple of push-ups and get a crack in and da-da-da-da-da? You want to do that? Hey, I know this medicine that may help you, or I heard of this if you want to try that, da-da-da-da. Now, girl, you look good just the way you are because not everybody needs that. Not everybody need that fed to them. Don't nobody need compliments for you that's not going to benefit them in the real world for real. Stop that shit. What Blunt Girlie call it? Blunt Girlie called it pity privilege. Stop giving pity privilege. Stop it. Stop gaslighting these people. Because realistically, and Lizzo need her ass whooped too. Because why'd you lose the weight, Lizzo? You ready to tell people because your health was at stake? Are you ready to tell people that? Let's start telling people truth about the health shit. When you get a certain size, it starts to get real. The number one death in black women is heart disease, then high blood pressure, then diabetes. Probably not in that order. I know number one is heart disease though. And I'm going to play a couple of tapes of women not only agreeing with I'm just a girl because they don't want that representation of them. And that's okay if they don't want that representation of them. People kept asking, what y'all want, BBLs? Nobody said that. What y'all want? Put Coretta Scott King up there. Do that. Put Dr. Frances Cress Wilson up there. Do that. Why don't you? It's so many people to pick from. Do that. Black women had an image before these images right here. They had a more feminine, we were the gold standard. Dorothy Dandridge was talked about. Eartha Kitt was talked about. And a lot of the women at that time, like Marilyn Monroe and all of them, idolized people like Dorothy Dandridge. They did that. So have Dorothy Dandridge up there. Like this, even, and if you want to keep the plus size girl, like even with these skinny girls, look what kind of frumpy clothes they got on these women. They just got frumpy clothes on us. Frumpy. Hair in a ponytail, I'm on the phone, I don't care. Sandals, flats, whatever. I don't care about my presentation. But the black man got the suit on. Y'all not paying attention to what they're displaying us to be. Y'all ignoring it. And y'all can say all y'all want to about black men. But they was able to get them a hoodie and some joggers on. And then that suit in the back. They was able to get that. They were able to get that. Yes, they were. Now, somebody did a video that I thought would be decent for this statue. I'm going to play that, and then I'm going to play the women who agreed with I'm Just a Girl, and they have really good talking points. I'm also going to play what is causing a lot of plus-size black women in America to die. Now, even though I highly doubt anybody would come to their graduation looking like this picture is better. The beautiful woman is smiling. Do you see the difference in that photo with just that? Feminine. One hand up, one hand on the hip, like, yeah, that was some stuff, but I did it though. I graduated. Now, mind you, I highly doubt, like I said, anybody will be just dressed in a shirt and some t-shirt and slacks. But even that smile right there could have changed the whole outcome of how anybody felt about this statue.
And y'all still arguing about dumb shit. Y'all still talking about other stuff. Y'all talking about weight, about how y'all offended but weight, but then in the gym and trying to lose it. If you're not offended by it, why you trying to lose it? The woman who went in so hard, made multiple videos about I'm just a girl, she lost 400 pounds. Don't brag on losing 400 pounds, girl. No, get that back. Be the statue, right? Y'all need to just really take the time to sit your ass down and really listen to what people saying. Again, I'm just a girl is more on presentation and how we're presented. And this is a perfect example. This is a way, this would have been better. Even with the shirt and pants on, that smile changed so much instead of us having a straight face with an attitude all the time.
Bad representation for black women.
Okay, yeah.
It's actually horrible. So many successful black women out here. Why did you have to put LaQuisha? That representation is LaQuisha. The box braids. I love you. On the hip. That's attitude. You know, like, that's a bad representation. There's so many successful black women. Beautiful. You had to go dig up LaQuisha. That's a slap in the face. I couldn't wait to get here to see it. People taking pictures. The young lady took a picture between the legs. They're making a mockery of us. They're making a fool of us. Hurry up and take this down and come with the next project, because that's not nice right there.
The statue of the woman in Times Square. Once again, like so many other important issues, people are missing the main point. The main issue here in this whole statue gate is about representation. It's about proper versus improper representation. Improper representation has been a spiritual warfare tactic used on melanin-dominant people more so than any other group of people. Images, archetypes, stereotypes are how the world comes to define a group of people. It's how the world comes to know who people are. Images get burned into the brain. When you talk about what type of images are constructive or destructive for melanin dominant people, you can't have amnesia. You gotta replay history. Think about the last 50, 60, 100 years and the different symbols and archetypes of melanin dominant people like blackface Sambo that just got funneled out into the world via mass media. And those images got embedded into our psyche. It affected how we treated ourselves, how we loved ourselves, how we treated each other. Like I said, people are missing the point. People are saying, well, this statue looks like a lot of people I know. It looks like my neighbor, Miss Shirley. It looks like my Aunt Grace. It's not about a statue resembling somebody you know in real life. There's 8 billion people in the world. Everybody has a twin. Shit, some of us have a quintuplet. A lot of us look like other people. That's not the point. The point is, if an image becomes popularized enough, if it's driven out into the collective and we see it, we accept it, it then becomes a norm. It becomes a widely accepted standard. And the question remains, is this a standard that we all have to accept? It's not about her looking like 20,000 or 20 million of us. That's not the point. It's about, is this a replica of an idea? Is this symbolizing something that we need to uphold, that we need to actually say, hey, this represents us? I mean, if media outlets play enough hip hop music that glorifies gunplay and savagery, I mean, they put it in rotation and people hear it enough year after year, it becomes a norm, right? So it's not about something becoming a norm, it's about whether or not it's destructive or constructive. Just because an idea or a practice is considered a normative doesn't mean that it's not going to be destructive in the end. If a statue or a replica was to be made of you that was going to be placed in one of the most popular tourist spots in the world, would you want that statue to represent you at your absolute best? I mean, would you say, place this replica or statue of me where I got on a bummy t-shirt and some bummy pants, like what I would wear if I was, you know, cleaning my bathroom in the house or something? Would you want a statue to represent you indefinitely that did not reflect you at your absolute best? This issue is controversial because within our culture, within our collective, a lot of us don't even agree on what's proper or improper with respect to presentation. Some of you remember that argument you guys had with Monique back in the day? Some people think it's okay to put on a bonnet and a bathrobe and to run to Walmart, or to put on a bonnet and bedroom slippers to run through TSA because you're afraid you're going to miss your flight. And some of us say that's unacceptable. Some people think it's okay to stand on the hood of a car with a mini skirt and no panties on and twerk, and to film it and put it on your social media account. Some people think that's unacceptable. A lot of us do not agree on what is acceptable when it comes to presenting yourself in the world and what is not acceptable. Whether or not you think certain actions or behaviors or ideals are appropriate or inappropriate, that depends on who raised you. That depends on your mental and emotional health. It depends on your morals, your principles. All of those factors affect how you regard representation. These type of issues like StatueGate, they really reveal that there's a great divide within the culture because they trigger emotions and they spark really intense discourse. But like I said, it's not about whether or not a statue looks like somebody you know in real life. It's not about whether or not this rapper is okay for him to rap these lyrics because you know people in real life that are really living what he's rapping about. It's not about that. It's about whether or not images, lyrics, ideas, messages, if they need to be pushed out into the collective, if they need to be upheld, promoted, because in the end, if not, we suffer. It's damaging to us. People are bringing up the issue of fat phobia. So what? People who have the same body type and the same build as the woman in that statue, like Big Mama in Soul Food. All of us know a Big Mama, but let's just be real. At the end of the movie, she got a leg chopped off, hopped around for 3 months, and then died at the end. Is this something we still want to perpetuate? Are we perpetuating Black women not caring for themselves, not prioritizing their health? I mean, she got that all my life I had to fight facial expression, looking stressed out and mad. That's what we're doing. We're celebrating and upholding the melanin dominant woman when she's stressed out with high cortisol levels and a year away from kidney failure. That's what we're doing. I don't want to see that. And I'm not going to hold the collective's hand when I say this. But when it comes to the image, likeness, and identity of the melanin dominant woman, the bar is in hell. And as a melanin dominant woman, I can say that and can't nobody check me. Me personally, as a melanin dominant woman, I don't want to see images and replicas of other melanin dominant women when they are physically, emotionally, spiritually, holistically not at their best. I don't want to see that. As a melanin dominant woman, I want to see healthy representations of melanin dominant women. I want to see melanin dominant women happy, confident, educated, empowered, classy, stylish, regal. That's what I want to see because that's a representation and reflection of me. There are young women, young girls who look to older melanin dominant women on how they should shape their identity. I don't want them to see us at our worst. They say people treat you the way you treat yourself, right? So if you are not reflected as your best self, then how are people supposed to treat you and regard you? Y'all can't be that asleep that you miss the spiritual warfare. Get out of your emotions. Stop making it about you. Well, she looks like me. Well, she looks like my aunt. So I take this personal. This issue is not about your personal emotions. This is not about how you personally feel because you can identify with how that statue looks. This is about us collectively taking our power back, taking control of our imagery, our identity, and our likeness, and saying that we shall only be presented in our best light.
Now, this right here is a hard no. It's just so humiliating the way they keep putting these statues in the middle of these big cities. This one I especially dislike for the simple fact that it's in a city that is known for elegant and timeless European art. It just doesn't really make much sense to me. And if you look in the background, the statue is clearly being ignored, and it's not because she's Black, it's because she's on her phone and she looks like she doesn't want to be there. And for this statue, I don't dislike as much, but I definitely still don't like it. And I'm seeing the argument where people are saying that this statue is empowering because it represents your everyday Black woman. But what is so empowering about 80% of us being overweight or obese? I'm listening. I just think especially America has gone off the deep end when it comes to inclusivity. It just would have been more empowering to use a Black woman that does not fit the stereotype, one that does not fit into the box. We've seen this woman and we've seen her time and time again. This does nothing for me. It's like, where do we go from here? And people are just eating this right on up because they can relate to being overweight.
I'm sorry, but that Times Square statue of that Black lady that they just posted, the 12-foot statue, if you haven't seen it, just Google 12-foot statue Black woman in Times Square. Hard no. Y'all could have put this lady in a cap and gown. Y'all could have put this lady in scrubs. Y'all could have put this lady in a beautiful dress. African attire. I don't know. You could, and then you gave her a braided bob. You should have put some bohini, like extra small knotless, like what? No, that's not the representation that I see of, you know what I mean? Like, I know people may look like that, but you could have put us a little bit more, you know. I'm not liking that statue at all. Not at all. Like, who wears that bob braids anymore and cut it at, that's like a 5-year-old hairstyle. That's something that you get when you're in kindergarten. What?
So embarrassing. 12-foot big statue of a big old Black woman, out of shape, masculine outfit, masculine clothes, masculine shoes. Check out those boots. And then look, her hands are on her hip with an attitude. This is how the media portrays us, and this is why Black women like me, and especially other conservative Black women, that's why we speak on these types of things, and we speak on the different things that are just hypocritical about Black women, and also their behavior in public and how they carry themselves, because they'll turn around and make a statue like this. And it was people being interviewed downtown New York that were saying, oh, I feel seen. You know, if I was a little girl and I saw this, I feel so seen. I feel so heard. There was a Black man that was saying, oh, when I see this, I think about myself, and, you know, and I feel empowered. And I'm like, why is it empowering for you to see an oversized big Black woman that looked like because it looked like she got attitude? She's not smiling. She's not being feminine. She's not holding any flowers. I don't think she had on a wedding ring. She didn't look happy with her life. She didn't look responsible. It's obvious. There's so many different angles to look at this, and I wasn't going to say anything, but every time I see a video on it, I'm just like, this is the representation. And you know what? And I see it all the time. I see it all the time, even when I go on different websites to look at clothes and things like that, especially when you go on Google and you just want to look up like, oh, a sports bra or activewear. You look up something like that. It always shows the side by side, but every time they show the Black woman, she's dark skinned, bald head, and big, and look like she got attitude. I never see us represented in a soft light, and I blame the media for perpetuating that, but I also blame the people that agree with that kind of stuff, that agree with, oh, I love that statue. That's a great, idea. That's a great representation. It's not. It's embarrassing. And I don't know how long they're going to have it up. I'm like, is this some kind of sideshow that they're going to have until the summertime? When are they going to take this thing down? Why is she so big and tall and standing over everybody? That is just, if that's not an insult, if you guys don't take that as an insult, I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on with the world. It's so many other representations of just women in general that could have been shown than a big, oversized Black woman. Why didn't they have her in a skirt holding flowers, looking up at the sun, looking hopeful? But her hands were on her hip and she had an attitude. Masculine worker boots on.
Let's be real. The people that look like this, like, take this as your sign to know that when you step outside, people don't value you. You can't handle the truth. We are able to see society's perspective of this woman and the fact that she's a statue. So usually a statue is representing something that deserves honor, something that people look at, admire, remember, right? So what's going on here is that this, let's just say, is the average Black woman. So no matter what side you're on, whether you're saying, oh, this is great, like we should be represented, we should be valued, we should, yeah. But then there's the other half saying that should not be a representation. Even your own people don't value you, people don't respect you, people don't think you're worthy. Let's be real. Now, there's a couple of reasons for this. Now, let's think about the hierarchies of like privileges. Okay, all of them, all of them. We don't need to say it because it's like take it or leave it, right? But all of this was to open your eyes to that fact. Don't be mad at the truth, reality. Like you may not like it, you may want to change it, you may want to change the whole hierarchy system. It's not fair. Life isn't fair. So this is the truth. No matter how much you want to cover it with new trends or body acceptance, things. This is people's reaction when they see you subconsciously. When they look at the average Black woman, this is how they feel about you.
What a lot of y'all fail to realize about that statue in New York is that it's about representation. And representation teaches the world how to treat you. Because there is nothing nice about that statue. I don't want that statue representing me as a Black woman. Why? Because she looks tired. They didn't present her in the best light. She don't look classy or sophisticated. She's not in a nice blouse or a dress. She is dressed in the attire as if she just got off of a 12-hour shift at the factory. Matter of fact, she pulled a double, okay? She looks stressed. She looks tired. She looks strong. She looks like she got an attitude. She got the weight of the whole world on her shoulders. Now, why I said representation shows the world how to treat you, because for a lot of other cultures, they don't live with Black people. Black people are not in their family, meaning they don't get to see the different types of Black people that they are. We as Black people know that you can have a ghetto Black person, you can have a college educated, sophisticated Black person. You have all these different types of Black people. We're not all the same. But other cultures, when they see a Black person, even though that statue does not represent you in the smallest bit, when they see you, Black girl, coming their way, they see that statue. So I find it funny that the same people who are talking about racism and defund the police, and they're tired of how people treat them, you willing to take the crumbs in society because they want to give you a little ugly statue and you call it representation, but at the same time you want to raise up and protest because they actually took that statue literally. They don't value you. And I apply that same thing in Christianity. I'm a Christian, and I'm ashamed of a lot of Christians that be out here stealing from people, taking advantage from people. And now when other people see a Christian, then they associate that same thing with the rest of us, as if we're no good and hypocrites because we got a lot in the media who act a fool. It's about representation. So when you stand with something that does not represent you, I'm sorry, I don't want it. I don't endorse almost any Black movie, because it always shows us as a tired Black woman who's stressed out, cussing people out, mean as all get out, looking a hot mess. I'm looking a mess because I'm out here running. But that's not what I want to represent me. I don't watch them Tyler Perry movies. I'm sorry, it may be funny, but I don't want to see that because other cultures are watching that. So when you go over to Thailand, when you go over to China and they looking at you sideways and strange, the only time they seen someone like you is a rapper who got her booty out and cussing people out. That's not me. You so happy and you take anything, but then you want to stand up when it really gets serious. You want to stand up when a few officers kill some people. Then you want to have a voice and say, no, we don't want that. How about you don't want all of this for the last 100 years that they've been giving you in these movies and in the media and in the music? No, but you twerking, you dancing, your children listening to it. Y'all need to pick a struggle.
People are mad at that statue in New York of the Black woman because she's dressed in a t-shirt and probably some leggings or jeans, looking like who did it and why. Very unglamorous, very blah, very nobody wants to find that attractive. If that's the stereotype that's being given, that's the stereotype that's being reflected, it's going to also start showing up in different places. And I think it's a genius idea to show people who they are so that they can understand how people view them, so they can make the changes that are necessary in order to, dismantle the bad stereotype of certain women. Okay. Now, I say this with love in my heart. If you want to look better, do better. If you want a different perception, then change your perspective and change how you do things. Thank you. Thank you, ma'am, for being a member. So if you're mad about that statue of a Black woman in New York, then represent what you want to be stereotyped as, because we're all going to be a stereotype. It just depends if we're going to be a good one or a bad one. You think about it. If all women were like me, as far as how I keep myself up, how I think, how I walk, how I talk, how I dress, there'd be a gold digger standing up there right now with main character energy, looking good. Okay. If you all treated yourself if you all treated yourself how you wanted other people to treat you, that statue wouldn't be there right now. If y'all thought t-shirts and a legging was an outfit, if y'all didn't think t-shirts and leggings were outfits, that statue wouldn't be there right now. Okay? If y'all put in more effort every day, and as far as how you look, that statue wouldn't be there right now. If you put emphasis on your value and worth as a woman and stop dealing with dust, that statue wouldn't be there right now. Okay? So y'all can't be mad at the statue. That's Pygmisha sitting right there. If they see Black women as Pygmishas, that's what they're gonna use to represent y'all. So Pygmishas, y'all better wake up. That's how people see y'all. Okay, y'all gotta wake up. Y'all gotta do better. Because this is why I don't associate myself with Pygmisha, because that statue shows you exactly how people see you. Bare minimum, doing the least, looking like who did it and why, ready to put in work because your dusty can't.
As someone with a 20-inch waistline who takes pride in both the inner and outer work, I have to say this statue in Times Square does not represent me or the women I know walking the streets of New York City. I grew up in Harlem, New York, where being fly is embedded in our DNA. You wouldn't dare step outside without a fresh washing set, square French tips, neat braids, the flyest outfit, and the latest kicks. No. And if you did, trust, you were being called out. Our mothers, our grandmothers, our ancestors, if they didn't teach us anything else, they taught us to keep ourselves put together, to always show up looking our best. Because as a Black woman, we never ever had the luxury of not caring. We are judged at first glance by how we speak, how we dress, how we carry ourselves, and even how we shine can cost us our life. And somewhere along the way, maybe some of that pride got lost. And this is why I and so many of the gorgeous, beautiful Black women on TikTok and social media remind you of who you are and how you can work to be the best version of yourself. And we must start by thanking Shira 7, the pioneer of the Level Up movement, for starting this conversation and reminding us who we are and what we deserve. Because my perception of Black women, how I see them through my eyes, they prioritize their physical fitness. They dress well, face eats, body tea. They show up for each other and love on each other. They take pride in who they are and support one another. So while this statue might reflect the experiences of some, it doesn't represent the vast majority of women I know, teach, speak to, or pass by on the streets of New York. The women I know carry themselves with pride, with intention, with legacy. But I'm glad it sparked a bigger conversation about how others think we should show up, and more importantly, how we choose to represent ourselves.
Your video, I'll be honest, it hurt my feelings. And I also did some research, and it's made to represent the average woman, because sometimes we think that when we go for pictures and for statues, we're supposed to be looking glamorous, but this is not what this is trying to portray. It is the average woman. And I think we need to be nicer to each other. Sometimes I'm running out the house and I don't look put together. And sometimes I am dressed to the nines. So,
and may I also ask you this? What part of it hurt you?
So it was basically when you were saying like that she wasn't a representation of women because you were used to women looking a certain way. Still take pride in your appearance if you don't want to put makeup on for the day. It's okay to not wear makeup every day, right?
Yeah, but I didn't just say makeup. I said makeup, outfit, and how they take care of themselves. And makeup doesn't mean a full beat, right? That doesn't mean they're caked up. No.
Yeah, but that was the purpose of the statue. It's to challenge our perception because, like I said, we're the beauty standards of today. So, and I appreciate seeing someone who looks like me because I am full figured. I'm not always going to have on my waist trainer and my Skims because sometimes I'm gonna look like that.
But
And
it's
that's
not only the weight, and I wanna emphasize that because I think everyone's just stuck on the weight. It's all of who she is. I'm not just saying weight. I'm saying how she puts herself together. They could have put a purse in her hand. She could have been in a nice dress. She could have had her chin up and her back straight. It's all of the things.
well, it's both, and that comment was also wow because when you said I take pride in my 20-inch waist, and I was like,
do.
yes,
I worked hard for this. I
yeah,
get
and
up
you
every day. I
should.
go to the gym for 2 hours. I was on the
That's
Stairmaster for an hour
listen,
and 40 minutes today. I
but I
put in the
also
work. I don't
believe
eat after 8 o'clock. I don't
I
make
know.
excuses for myself. So when I say these things, it's not to, be vain or try to comfort anyone. No, I take pride in myself. I get up every morning and do it when I don't want to do it.
Right,
So
but
that's
can
why I
we
said that.
also agree? Because I know
Mhm.
you said this before that we can love ourselves both at 20 inches and at 40 inches.
Right, but I don't want y'all to think about it's just about the weight. That's what I keep hearing. The weight, the waistline. It's not just that.
So yeah, but I would. Are you doing level up advice later?
I hadn't even seen the statue. All I saw was girls going in on it. When I went and saw it, I said, this looks like 5 girls in Walmart right now. This looks like, go to any store, it looks like 5 women in the store right now wearing a t-shirt, whether the woman is plus sized or not, wearing a t-shirt and some leggings. This is what black, white, not Asians, because they always be skinny and they be hip, they be dressed to the T 24/7. But black, white, Mexican, this is what y'all look like. Yeah, this is a representation. We should do better.
I know that this is a sensitive topic, but let's talk about the #1 killer of black women. Can you guess it? If you guess heart disease, you would be correct. Now let's talk about some ways that you can identify if you may be at risk yourself. #1, if your waist circumference is more than 35 inches, that automatically puts you at risk. #2, if you or anyone in your family has hypertension, that automatically puts you at a disproportionate rate to also have hypertension. And #3, having an elevated fasting glucose, which means that your sugar typically runs high even while you're not eating, that also puts you at risk of having heart disease. So how can we reverse the narrative? Through weight loss, exercise, nutrition, and sleep.
Nobody is going to tell you this, but over 70% of black women are obese. If you're fat, obese, overweight, thick, well, not thick, if you think you're thick, right, but you're actually fat, obese, you have to go and lose the weight. Literally, it is a problem in our community for black people to just accept it or to just be so delusional and to try to normalize fatness. A lot of them will say, oh, my mom is fat, my family is fat, like we're just big bone, this is who I'm supposed to be. No, that just means you and your family all overeat. That just means you guys eat a lot of food. That doesn't mean that it runs in your family. Binge eating probably runs in your family. You guys eat a lot. That's why you guys are all big. But you can lose the weight. It is possible. If you are fat, it is possible for you to lose weight. When a lot of fat black women come onto the internet crying or complaining, saying, oh, every time when me and my skinny friends go out and guys never approach me, they never look at me, they only approach my other friends, and then you try to say that but it was probably because the guy was a racist or a colorist or a texturist or no, babe, it's none of those reasons. It's your weight. It's your weight, and it will always forever be just your weight. But nobody's going to tell you that. Your friends are not going to tell you that. Of course, they're just going to hop on the bandwagon to your delusions and just say like, oh, like it's probably because, you're dark skin, or it probably has to do with the fact that your hair is a different hair. No. Like, weight can be a touchy subject. It's a touchy subject for a lot of people. People are just deluding you, right? They're not going to tell you. So I will be the one to tell you, if you have fat to lose, obesity to lose, you can go and fast. Go do a water fast. Go do intermittent fasting. Go add fruits and vegetables to your diet. And for the people that try to come on here and try to claim that it's an eating disorder, like eating fruits and vegetables is eating disorder, or a lot of black fat people think that they're gonna become anorexic or die, or they're gonna starve to death. A lot of you guys need eating disorders. If that is your definition of an eating disorder, drinking more water and adding more fruits and vegetables to your diet, then babes, you need that, because that's not an eating disorder. That just means being healthy. Right? You're probably drinking a lot of soda. You have a lot of unhealthy eating habits. You're probably eating a lot of food. That is unhealthy. And if anything, that is a disorder. So, yeah.
If you ever thought, like, if this is happening because I am fat, you're probably 99.9%, like, you're right. And I feel like I used to, like, think that about myself. It's like, oh, I don't have this because I'm fat. Or like, this is happening because, like, people don't really like me because I'm fat. Like, I probably get more options if I lost weight. I probably have more guys trying to talk to me if I was lighter or whatever the fuck. And it was true. Like, now I have a bunch of people that want to talk to me, and it kind of fucks with your brains. It's like, damn. So this whole time, like, y'all was lying. Like, y'all didn't really think I was pretty. Y'all didn't really think I was attractive, because it doesn't matter how pretty you are as a fat girl. People, when you're fat, you're automatically unattractive. You automatic dot points. So if you're like a 10 in the face card and you're fat, you're a 5. Like, they automatically think you're unattractive because of your weight. And that shit just, like, fucks with you, bro. Like, it's been fucking with my mind, because, like, damn, like, one, I feel like a part of me is, like, died a little bit, and it's like, I just feel like every bad thought I thought about myself when I was fat is true just because of how fat phobic society is. And it's like, everything that I was like, well, maybe I would get this if I wasn't so big, and I could do this, and I could do this. Yeah, I've done it now. Like, guys find me more attractive. I'm getting taken on dates. When I was fat, I never got taken on a date in my life. Like, guys actually treat me like a decent human being, because when you're a fat girl, you can't have any standards. You can't have any self-respect. You should just take whatever people give you because you're fat, and that's what you deserve. Like, and it's like, well, if I lose weight, then, like, maybe people will start respecting you. And, like, that's just, like, what it is. Like, people respect you more when you look a certain way. And when I said people were ugly on the internet, they try to jump me, but all y'all are just fake and don't want to hear the truth. Like, that's just how the way you look in the world we live in matters. The race you are, the body type you have, the face you have, all of it matters, because, like, there are people on TikTok that have literally blown up because they're cute.
Being fat is not fun. As someone who used to weigh 230 pounds, being fat is very uncomfortable. And just because you think you look good with the weight on, you have a flat stomach, you have a fat butt, if you're fat, that's not good. It don't matter how good you look with the weight on. Being fat is a sign of a problem. It's a sign of mental health problems. It's a sign of depression. It's a sign of something deeply rooted that you have to address. There's nothing comfortable about not being able to walk up a flight of steps without feeling like you're gonna die. There's nothing comfortable about having a whole bunch of diseases because you're not eating the right foods. You're not having the right nutrients. People that steer you away from your fitness journey are very evil and miserable. They know what comes with getting fit. They know that the nice body is just a cherry on top. But what getting fit does to your mental health, your overall well-being, your discipline, your habits, you're gonna be unstoppable. Not only just recognizable, but unstoppable. You're gonna be ahead of everyone. Why? Because getting fit is not easy. So when they can't do it, they wanna talk you down and act like you can't do it. You can do whatever you wanna do. And getting fit has been the best thing that I've ever done in my whole entire life.
Y'all really are not girls. I get so sick of women saying, oh, I'm a girl's girl, but you be lying to your friend. Y'all be lying. Women, we be lying to each other. Oh, girl, you look good. Oh, girl, you look good. No, we need to lose some weight. We need to lose some weight. Y'all, I'm so serious about this. We gotta stop being comfortable with being overly overweight. Like, we get it. Nobody's gonna be just skinny, petite, nothing like that. But we be lying to each other. Oh, girl, you look good thick. Oh, girl, you look good thick. Oh, girl, they lying. They're lying to you. And I'm gonna tell you that because I am genuinely a girl's girl. I have sister, and you have to give especially women, sometimes tough love. You can't be saying, oh girl. No. That's why Ashley Dalton, Shira Seven, I'm Just a Girl, Jessica Alford, all these kind of women be on here, because it is an issue with women and their appearance.
We in a no hyena zone. Anti-hyena zone.